the breakout stars of the season 2022-2023. A lot of young players, but we might have some under 26 players in the mention. And a lot of players, if you know Brighton, you know who we're going to mention in this team. But exciting times, Brenton. Aren't we going to be mentioning great players?
We are. We absolutely are. And I don't know why I spent so much time on this, but I did. And I've got lists of players. We're not going to name them all, but yes, Breakout 11 was hard to do. This is why we love football. This is why it's FC Wonderkid. Not just Wonderkid, but the breakout season is kind of what you and I live for. Those players that we all probably didn't know much about the season prior, and now they are doing everything they can to make a name for themselves in a massive world of football. So, do you want to start with your goalkeeper, what would you do?
I'll start here with my goalkeeper, and I want to justify this is a breakout player internationally. He's not a breakout player for me watching Portuguese football. I knew the talent of this player, but my breakout. My breakout stars, defenders edition of this season, I will put Diogo Costa, goalkeeper, starter internationally for Portugal. Huge breakout, 1 save and 1 assist in 1 Champions League game. Then defenders with Destiny Udogie, Levi Colville, Antonio Silva, and Jeremy Frimpong. This is my breakout defenders edition 11.
I like it. Well, I will go with one. I've been watching a lot of Ligue 1 this season, and obviously we've all heard of the 30-year-old Will Still, although everybody's forgotten about him now that Stade Reims' unbeaten streak has come to an end, and they're still spending, I think, 22,000 or so to keep him employed because he doesn't have the proper credentials. But listen, his goalkeeper has been a massive, massive part of it. Stade Reims goalkeeper Yvan Diouf. How do you say that? Diouf? 23 years old. He's only conceded 21 goals in 27 Ligue 1 games. He leads Ligue 1. Okay, remember, this is Ligue 1 with Donnarumma in it. He leads Ligue 1 in clean sheets, 14. He leads it in the least goals conceded a game with 0.8. He's top in the league with, I think, save percentage, 82% of shots faced he has saved. And on top of that, he is on top of the league, again, with Donnarumma in it, in goals prevented. So he blanked PSG twice. He blanked PSG once. He's blanked Nice. They've beaten Lille. They've clean sheeted Lille. They've clean sheeted Monaco. So if you don't know his name, definitely keep an eye out for him, because I think he's going to be kind of like one of the more hot commodities, at least for some of the bigger clubs. Do you have any other names that you bandied about in there, or goalkeeper was hard?
No. That was a hard one. Yeah, Lafont can't be mentioned. Martin van der Voort, he's already known by people.
He's good,
but yeah, that's a good mention.
Only other guy I gotta mention is Mark Flecken from Freiburg. Freiburg continues to be up pretty high in the Bundesliga table, but most people that probably weren't watching the Bundesliga wouldn't have really recognized his name when that Dutch World Cup squad was announced, and they're like, who the heck is Mark Flecken? Well, Mark Flecken is one of the better and more consistent goalkeepers in the Bundesliga. He's also older. I think he's 26, 27. But beyond that, Yvan Diouf. El Hadji Diouf, right? Is that how you say it? Remember his name? From Bolton? Why can't I say his name? Anyway, on to the fullbacks. What do you want to start with? You want to start with left back? Because I think we're going to be unanimous.
I said the defenders. I said it already. The defenders, Udogie, Levi Colville, Antonio Silva, and Frimpong Bretson.
Wait, how did you do Udogie?
I said Udogie. Destiny Udogie, left back. Yeah.
Yeah, but how did you do Udogie when Alejandro Balde?
That's a good mention. I thought you were gonna say that's the best breakout. You're right. I have to confess.
Okay.
That's the best left back breakout. That is true.
That's why I just thought you were like mentioning a name to mention a name. I also, my brain is absolute puddle right now. But listen, my left back is Alejandro Balde. My center back is Min Jae Kim. I know he's not necessarily young. My other center back is Antonio Silva, and my right back, I'm hesitant to put him, but Jeremy Frimpong.
You mentioned it. Now I'm thinking about that.
Frimpong, 19 goal involvements, man. And the only reason he doesn't get a breakout shout from last season is because injury cut it short for him. but he has been nothing short of incredible under Xabi Alonso. And I also really did want to throw like at that right back position, Rico Lewis, because of how highly Pep Guardiola has just been about him. Like Pep Guardiola has basically said like Rico Lewis kind of made us all hungry again, right? In that, when we were languishing in second, we were kind of fighting to get back to Arsenal. Rico Lewis showed us how to like fight for the ball. I don't know if he said it in as many words,
He's 5'6".
but it's
he's 5'6".
Yeah.
Rico Lewis, and the fact that he
and he
has that
fights
ambition,
like he's 7 foot.
Exactly.
Yep.
He has that ambition. That is great. I'm going to confess. I'm going to change. It's not Udogi. It's not Udogi.
Yeah.
One of the breakout players there, though, in Serie A and is going to Tottenham next season. So people watch out for that. But I'm going to correct it in Balde. Thank you, Breton, for spitting facts with your left back because it's facts.
I try.
But mention Samuel Illing Jr. Quick mention for the left back. He scored his first goal for Juve in his first start, and he's the first Englishman in I think in the 1990s to score a goal for Juve. So that is a massive and great influence. So
this is not a breakout, but I do from the left back side of things. Okay, I have Alejandro Balde, but one of the left backs we have to talk about, Pervis Estupinan. I know he's not under 23 anymore, but it still remains one of the best signings of the entire Premier League season.
True,
right?
But he was important for Villarreal, though.
He was important, but I guess, him kind of coming out and being in the Premier League, I don't know. It feels a little bit different. Okay, I get where you're going with that. I completely understand it. But more impressively, I just need to throw out there that Cucurella, I believe, was sold to Chelsea for 65, and Estupinan was signed for a very prudent 18 million euros.
Oh,
15 million? 15 million. So it's a net 50 million euro gain on this, and that alone makes it at least a breakout fiscally. Only other person we got to mention is Milos Kerkic from AZ Alkmaar, who will be fighting in the Europa Conference League semifinals. He has been nothing short of astounding, actually, and could be on his way to
Benfica. Could be for 20 million. So left backs break out this season. We got Samuel Illing Jr. We got Milos Kerkez. We've got Destiny Udogi. And the best one, we have to say, is Alejandro Balde for Barca. Great mentions. Left backs too, people. There's not a lot of left backs to watch, so the fact that we're mentioning here left backs, that's people. Put down below. Put down below if you're impressed with that, and put down below your suggestion for for breakout players, defenders. So the midfield now. I'm playing in a 4-3-3, and my breakout midfield, of this season has Enzo Fernandez, Xavi Simons, and Onari. These three midfielders, they burst onto the scene this season and for first team football. Xavi Simons can be said as one of the best midfielders in Eredivisie. Definitely the best midfielder going forwards. Xavi Simons is that guy. 2 times the best player in Eredivisie this season. Unreal. Yeah. More than 15 goals for PSV. With Fabio Silva going
that's Xavi Simons, that Johan Bakayoko. I mean, PSV is giving opportunities. Ruud van Nistelrooy is giving opportunities to guys that deserve it. But yeah, Xavi Simons going from not really playing a lick of professional ball to being the leading scorer in the Eredivisie for a little while. That's some impressive stuff. So I actually have him in my midfield as well. My midfield is, I'm going to go the other end of that Argentina little duo you're going to mention. I'm going to say Alexis McAllister from Brighton. Obviously hesitant to put him in there because he's a little bit older, but Alexis McAllister, Xavi Simons, and Gabri Vega is mine for Celta de Vigo. And he's one that I think Real Madrid is homing in on, and if they don't get Jude Bellingham or they got some money left in the coffers, I could see them bringing Gabri Vega in. And Gabri Vega has been, just look up, what he's done in La Liga. He's not heard about because he's not, in the top 3 teams, right? He's not Atleti, he's not Barcelona, and he's not Real Madrid. But he has been nothing short of amazing for Celta. But dude, the depth in these midfielders here, I mean, there's so many names here. Just tell me, from a breakout perspective, beyond McAllister, Simons, Vega, Ugarte, Lavia, Fagioli from Juve, Vermeeren from Royal Antwerp, Koksu from Feyenoord, Lefebvre from Lorient, Jacob Ramsey has had a phenomenal season for Aston Villa. Definitely breakout there. Arda Güler, Fenerbahce, finally getting played by I can't say it. George Jesus. Rayon Cherki. Desiree Doué from Stade Rennais. But anyway, just such an amazing list there, some of which are higher up than others, like Ugart's a very known quantity, but I just love how many breakout stars there have been this season.
And you're mentioning Ugart. Ugart, for me, will definitely be heading to the Premier League, one of the best defensive mid talents available in the summer, and he will be a starter for Uruguay in the future next to Fede Valverde and Bentancur. What a midfield they're building Uruguay. That is ridiculous. And João Neves, I want to say breakout star. And at the end of the season too, João Neves at the start of the season was as a substitute for Benfica B. Now he's starting for Benfica in their most important game this season with Braga. Okay,
That's
and they
amazing.
won it. They won it. João Neves was involved at 18. Resembles a lot João Moutinho. He resembles him. The vision, the complete, the tidiness playing. He doesn't take risks, but when he does, it's a great forward pass. So please pay attention to João Neves. But great list of players we're mentioning here. And again, if we haven't mentioned a player that you're thinking, put down below in the comment section. We want to see those comments bursting with suggestions. But the 3 forwards, Breton. I'm excited to hear these 3 forwards that you have. Like, it'll be hard.
This is tough.
It'll be hard.
There's so many. First off, so many strikers, a lot of left wingers. So I know there's going to be a little flexibility thrown in there. But I'm going to stick with a right winger, a true right winger, true left winger, and a striker. So my left winger, come on, we've talked about him before. I couldn't get away from it, even though it put some other people down there. My left winger, breakout star Kavica Kvaratskhelia, Napoli. My striker is going to surprise you. It's Santiago Jimenez, a goal in 8 consecutive Eredivisie games. He's got 12 goals and 14 Eredivisie starts in 2023, and he is literally the guy that put Feyenoord over the finish line and looking at their first trophy in a little while in the Eredivisie. So Jimenez, Mexican striker, I have to do it as much as it hurts me. And right wing is going to surprise you. You ready? My right wing broke out last season at the exact right time for Real Madrid. But he has broken out for the entire season. It's a little bit of a cheat, but it's Rodrigo. Because come on, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., Benzema, Rodrigo, that is your 3. And I'd love to see a few more years of it if Benzema can do it. But Rodrigo has become absolutely vital to Ancelotti's Real Madrid. And I had to throw him out there instead of throwing a left winger over there. So Rodrigo's my right winger.
I like
it. It's a cheat. I agree.
And to go with what you're saying, Rodrigo has improved massively this season. But last season, he was a clutch Rodrigo with that goal in the last segment with Man City. But this season, he's got 16 goals and 10 assists, Rodrigo Goes. And he will be a La Galactico for the next decade, for sure. But what a hard choice it is for forwards. And I cheated, yes. I put 2 left wingers. I did that, okay. Right. But I believe Kvaratskhelia can go to the other wing because in game, he can play right wing too. I believe Kvaratskhelia has that in his skill set. So my 3 forwards, I have Kaoru Mitoma. What a breakout season in the Premier League. The highest goal scorer in one season. Japanese in the Premier League doing history. Forward, I have Rasmus Højlund that scored all 5 goals of Denmark, okay, in the last international break. And I have right wing Kavica Kvaratskhelia, the best signing in Serie A last season. For the amount it was, for the output he got. 10 million. Kavica Kvaratskhelia. And for many, Kvaradona. But strikers, Rasmus Højlund, Santiago Jimenez. Great shouts, Breton. Great shouts. I love how you're saying that.
It has to be because we're forgetting. I mean, the depth there. You picked Holland. Also, another very possible transfer target for Napoli if they want to do it. But Santiago Jimenez, Holland. But listen to these guys. Evan Ferguson, right? For Brighton, okay, phenomenal. Balogun at one point was leading the Golden Boot in Ligue 1. We've got Victor Boniface, who we talked about, who did well not just in the Europa League, but also obviously for Union Saint-Gilloise. Lois Openda, who is basically Belgium's future. right?
True.
At striker, who I think has 18 plus, 19 plus goals in Ligue 1. Gift Orban, KA Ghent, another Norwegian, another Nigerian striker. And then the last one is the guy that just hit a flippin' poker against Lyon. Eli Wahi, 20-year-old French striker, just hit for a poker against Lyon. And you're ready for this? Still lost. Still lost because of a guy named Alexander Lacazette, who now leads the Golden Boot with 24 goals in Ligue 1 because he scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to have a poker of his own to win the game 5-4. But Eli Wahi, my goodness. So many strikers.
Oh, that's
so many
clutch,
strikers.
man. Oh, my days. Oh, like I said, really went bold with that. They really went bold. So the list of strikers put down below. Is there a striker that we didn't mention with this breakout 11? And I'm going to say now, my breakout 11 of 2022-23 season has Diogo Costa internationally for Portugal. Then I have Balde, Levi Colville, Antonio Silva, and Frimpong. My 3 in midfield with Enzo, Xavi Simons, and Onahi. And my 3 forwards with Mitoma, with Rasmus Højlund, and with Kvaradona at the right wing. Hey, you're so bold of a team, in my opinion. Oh,
like it. Before I name mine, would Martinelli be a breakout this season? Why do we not have Martinelli?
Well,
I mean, he's a true left winger. That'd be tough.
Well, but that is a well point. No, but he is better than Mitoma for me this season.
He is better than Mitoma.
He's got 15 goals, and I like how you say that. I think in importance, it's been a breakout season for Martinelli.
Yeah.
But as known as a player, I think he was already very, very known. So for the people at home, they knew what Martinelli was about with that Chelsea goal. I might say that was his breakout to the world after he did that run against Chelsea. So that's how I justify.
You make me feel a little better, and also, he's a left winger, and I don't think as good as I did, but I think as big as Martinelli has been, obviously Kvaratskhelia at left wing has been much bigger this season in terms of them winning their first Scudetto in 33 years. So my breakout 11 here is Yevan from Stade Reims, 23-year-old goalkeeper, Balde left back. Center backs are Min Jae Kim and Antonio Silva. Right back is Jeremy Frimpong. My midfield is McAllister, Xavi Simons, and Gabri Vega from Celta. Check him out. And my up top, you've got at left wing Kvaratskhelia. You've got at striker Santiago Jimenez, as much as it pains me, El Tree striker. And right winger, confusing everybody, it's Rodrigo.
I like how you said it, confusing everybody.
Yeah, that's my job here. But we didn't mention like the center backs, Scalvini and Lukeba and Hincapie. I mean, like I would even call Andreas Christensen a breakout season based on how high you've been on him for Barcelona this season. I know he played for Chelsea previously, but
that's true.
And Nathan Ake. Would you put Nathan Ake in breakout? No. I know he played for Bournemouth. I know he played for Chelsea previously. But the season he's having is just such a ridiculous 800 levels above any season he's ever had in football.
I agree, but it's like Jude Bellingham. Like Jude Bellingham, he's been better this season, but last season he was already scoring in the Champions League too. So I kind of get where you're coming from, but at the other side, I'm like, I still consider like quite good 11. So tell us down below your 11 of breakout stars.